Hey, a playa, have you ever been rejected by a girl before and had a million thoughts race through your mind? Why couldn't she let me know sooner so she didn't lead me on? Why did she have to reject me in such a mean way? Why did she reject me at all? Don't worry. In this video, I'm going to bring my friend Hayley Quinn, who's a dating expert, on to tell you the truth as to why girls reject guys. Hayley, take it away.
Hi everybody, it is Hayley Quinn. I am a dating expert and I'm appearing now on the Josh Speaks to talk to you about a really interesting topic, which is how women feel when they reject a guy.
This is the Josh Speaks, you're watching the Josh Speak.
Now, I actually coach and work with thousands of men and women, so I get to speak to them both pretty equally about how they are experiencing this issue. And what I notice is, if a man and a woman go on a date and it doesn't necessarily go to plan and they decide to stop seeing one another, or maybe more accurately, the woman decides that she doesn't want to give the guy a chance, how the man and the woman speak about this experience is really different. The man will often say something like, oh, I know the moment that I lost it, I shouldn't have mentioned I should have been more masculine, I forgot to kiss her until the last minute. So the guy is often really very self-reflective. They're thinking, what could I do better? How can I improve? Now for women, they often actually don't think this way. They will say things like, oh, I just didn't feel that spark, or I don't think we had that connection, or I just wasn't really feeling it. So whilst women tend to blame the outcome of a date on kind of the universe, men, I find, tend to take a lot of that blame themselves, which means rejection can feel extremely painful to the guys out there. So why I want to give you some insight into what it feels like for a woman during this process is to hopefully help you understand that it's actually not all your fault and not all to do with you. Because guess what? She has got her own life, her own reality, her own insecurities, and that actually has a far greater effect on how she reacts to you than just your behavior, unless you're sending her dick pics and stuff like that, in which case I think it's kind of a ghosting episode is kind of justified. So to begin with, let's get into the mindset of a woman and how she's generally experiencing dating and what her priorities are. Women have been told by society that they are running short on time. Now, I actually think this is kind of bogus and not true. And for any women watching, there are plenty of guys today, whether you're 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, or beyond, whatever. However, women often hear messages like, you better hurry up, or have you met anyone yet? So they feel a lot of time pressure around dating, which often I think prompts them to make this fast decision-making process. So whilst men, you will often think, she didn't even give me a chance. For women, she will often be preoccupied with thinking, I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to waste his time either. The other thing that's important to women is often they might have a more romantic view or an idea. Now, she might be being approached by lots of guys or have the opportunity, whether it's through online dating or in real life, to meet loads of men. So how does she begin to choose, and what are her expectations about the guy that's going to go on to be her boyfriend or her lover or something else? Well, I would imagine that she thinks that there's going to be a spark or a moment or something obvious, which says to her, hey, this is a guy that you need to pay more attention to. Now, we can argue about whether that's an unrealistic standard. We can also maybe look for you as guys to how you communicate in a way that really appeals to that for her. But ultimately, if she is dismissing you quite quickly, these are likely to be the two major drivers: her being concerned about wasting time, both hers and yours, and also not really feeling that super spark, which is signaling that she should continue. When women also reject a guy, they might not even see it straight up as a rejection. They might be thinking, he's probably kind of is physically attracted to me and might like to hook up with me, but you know what? I'm not sure I want that. And so because of that, I don't really feel so bad about letting this go. So again, uncertainty about what you could potentially offer her as a partner. And if she thinks you're just physically interested in her, she will probably feel less bad about letting that relationship go. She might have also been taught that being very direct is off-putting. Now again, this is a big old argument within feminism, and I totally hear for the guys out there that you would probably appreciate sometimes women to be more straight up with you. However, sometimes when probably nearly every woman who's watching this video will have had an experience where she has tried to be more direct and has been met with hostility or a really aggressive response. So because of that, women often don't tell you directly exactly the reason why they didn't experience that connection, they're also likely just to say something light, like they didn't feel that spark or they didn't feel that connection. And to be fair, if they've only been on a few dates with you, I would argue they don't actually really need to justify that decision just yet, because you haven't formed an established relationship. So my message for the guys out there is, if you're thinking about how a woman feels when she's rejecting you, she probably doesn't feel that you necessarily want the same things as her. Not that all women want relationships, by the way. She might not feel like you have that spark, which is signaling that it's the right time to continue. She might be feeling like she doesn't want to waste anyone's time. She might feel bad that her feelings for you aren't developing. She might feel under pressure, which is causing her to cut the interaction short. She might also just have some other stuff going on in her life, in her work, her career, her friends, her family, which is absolutely nothing to do with you, which is making her less receptive to meeting you at this point in time. And all of this is okay. She is allowed to think and feel that way. And how she might choose to communicate that is, it might seem a bit arrogant of her to just be like, oh, I just didn't think that we, physically, when, I didn't feel that kind of spark, and I didn't kind of like how you didn't plan the date properly. I mean, that'd be kind of weird, wouldn't it, for her to say something that clear to you? So instead, she is likely to just use a generic excuse to communicate, I'm sorry, but I don't really feel that connection. I'm sorry, but I don't feel that spark. And I think the key here for you as a guy is, instead of really taking this as a super personal rejection, to refocus on the opportunities to meet women who are more open to dating you, to let this situation go, to not judge her negatively. And you know what? The best revenge, not that I believe in revenge, is just about moving on with your life and meeting new people and finding better experiences. Anyway, if you want to hear some more advice about men and about women and about dating, head over to hayleyquinn.com or check out my YouTube, which is youtube.com/Hayley Quinn. I believe there is going to be a link below this video. I also want to just say a little disclaimer here that I know I'm talking in terms of men and women. However, a lot of these ways that you can approach people can apply more generally to people, with someone who is more the approacher and the person who is more the approachee within the interaction. So if you want to see advice that is applicable to pretty much everyone, no matter what orientation, what your background is, head over to youtube.com/Hayley Quinn.
Thank you so much, Hayley, for sharing your advice. I hope you guys found that helpful and informative, hearing it from a girl's perspective. Now, what I want you guys to do next is check out Hayley's information down below. I'm going to link up to her channel and other things that she's done. That's amazing. It can really help you guys succeed at dating. Also, check out the information and videos over there on the side to learn a little bit more about dating tips for beginners, how to get started, how to make the right moves, and how to not keep repeating the same mistakes over and over. Thank you again, Hayley, and I'll catch you guys next time. As always, love and peace.